And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the quarterfinals of the ESL Open Cup Europe number 215. We are nearing the end of the broadcast. We have our quarterfinals leading into the semis, leading into the grand finals thereafter. We have everything lined up for us, and here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of site Delta, we have our red Terran player representing his new team, Na'Vi. It is Spirit. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Lambo. Here we go. Again, for some context here, all of the round of 16 has concluded, and we have all of the round of 8 matches currently underway. I believe the casters have spread out. We have coverage all over the bracket, all over the tournament, so I'm sure you'll find someone covering a series. I'm sure. And we'll see where this all leads us here. Again, the winner of this series will advance on to the semifinals to face off against either Clem or Wayne, which is another series that has just begun. Wish them both the best of luck as we dive into our own series here, into our own ZVT. We do have Lambo going for a hatch gas full standard opener from our blue Zerg player. Meanwhile, our red Terran going for a Rax expand. A little bit surprised, but it's side Delta, to be fair. I was going to say that we've seen Spirit time and time again go for CC first builds and CC first openers, but is not willing to whip that out here in game 1. Not against Lambo. Again, Spirit has a reputation, and I'm sure if we do spawn into Alkiona at some point, then that's what we'll be seeing there, is a CC first. For now, though, standard safe opener from Spirit. So nothing too wild when it comes to the early game. We shouldn't really be expecting it. Again, Spirit is mainly a macro-oriented player. But I'll be honest, I don't think I've casted Spirit versus Lambo before. They're two big names in the European region, that is true, but I rarely get to bear witness to them. So I am ready, I'm excited. Let's go. I am excited for it. Now we are just going to be setting up here. Again, hatch gas pool. We have a handful of lings to defend. Reaper dips in. Dancing with these lings, and we'll see how much value we can get here, whether we can pick off a ling or whether we can pick off a drone. For the time being, good defense at a Lambo doesn't bleed out anything. Ooh, bleeds out one ling towards the end. A little bit unfortunate, and Spirit is going for a third CC before Starport. Economic opener here out of Spirit. Economic follow-up. Economic build. Prioritizing that third base before the starport. We're going for the add-on swap, getting into Hellion production, now getting into starport, and we should be seeing an add-on swap into Banshee. So 3cc Banshee, very common build here, very standard economic build from the side of Spirit. Nothing too crazy, nothing out of the norm. This is crazy though. That is not a Hellion. That is the Widowmine. Are we going for a mine drop? Papi. Spirit, we're not seeing a tech lab, we're not seeing an add-on swap. This is going to be a medevac into a mine drop from Spirit. Very unorthodox. We've been seeing Maru, we've been seeing specifically Clem, sorry, not Maru. We've been seeing Clem mix this in. Ooh, was this a mistake though, as we do cancel one of those no, sorry, they do come out. I was like, did we cancel? No. Both Widowmines have arrived, the mine drop is soon to be upon us. Ling Scout is coming in. Ooh, and the friendly fire! Ooh, mine shot going to be going off, and we do scout the Widowmine's big moment there for Lambo. He's aware of what's going on, he's ready, or he's aware of the mine drop. There's no other reason to open up Widowmine, as the medevac is on the way. Behind this, Queens are getting in position. Hellions are moving out. Here come those Widowmines towards the main. They're zooming across the map as we speak. Widowmine drop into Liberator. So again, a spicy opener here by Spirit. We'll see if Lambo can keep up. For the time being, the Queens are busy with the Hellions. We're reacting quite hard to them, I should say. Very hard. The mine drop making its way towards the main. Not a lot to defend. We do have some spores on the way in production. But the mine drop is going to get in, and the Queen's not here to defend, but the Lings are. Lings do make it back home. Widowmine drop here towards the third. Killing one drone and getting a shot off on a Queen. Not much else. So far, good defense from Lambo. And Spirit doesn't find too much value, but he does keep the Widowmines alive. Does keep them alive. So he has potential for even more damage. Meanwhile, we're just mustering out more Hellions behind this, getting into our bio production. Third TC is being landed. Spirit's still looking for some drone kills. Still looking for some damage. He does get in. The drones are lining. We got 4 workers, 5 workers at the third base. Good damage done here by Spirit. At the same time, he does drop into the main. Widowmines are borrowed, and oh, we got 1 extra drone in the main base. Liberator does siege up. Liberation has arrived. Widowmine here towards the natural. Lambo, he does react in time. Liberator goes down. We get another handful of workers. But the Widowmine will escape. Hellions going back in. The Spirit not slowing down. He has set a pace, and the drones are lighting up. The Hellions, they go to town. They barbecue the entire middle line. 18 drones go down. Did I say 18? I meant to say 21. 21 drones. Oh my, an insane amount of damage dealt. Spirit initially wasn't doing too much with the Liberator, with the Widowmines. Widowmine is going to be going down here in the main as well. Maybe getting 1 extra shot off. But eventually he found the damage he was looking for. He roasts up that mineral line. 21 drones. For what? For 1 medevac, 1 lib, a handful of Hellions. A very good trade. And with that, Spirit finds himself in a beautiful position. He's getting up to 3 bases, working on 1-1, building up his bio army, transitioning into 1-1, stim, combat shields into a marine force. And will soon be active with his drops. Lambo even getting supply blocked after losing that Overlord. A brutal moment there for Lambo. Is supply blocked. Macro hatches on the way. Lambo just redroning, resaturating. You may look at this and may think, hold up, didn't Lambo just lose a bunch of workers? How is he back up to 80 already? I mean, he's been stuck droning, and that has delayed everything else. Bailing speed starting up here at the 7-minute mark. +2 melee on the way. We don't have the resources for +2 carapace. It is delayed just a little bit. 5th base on the way. Lambo trying to muster up an army, trying to muster up a defense. And here comes Spirit. Moving in with solely Marines. Medevacs not too far behind. We're going to be able to focus on some of those tumors. Hot pick up there by Spirit. Does evacuate. 1-1 is finishing up. Armory is lined up here for 2-2 for Spirit. And here comes the move out. We started off with a double drop to clear up creep, and here comes the main army with tanks. Was spotted by Lambo. A couple of Marines will go down. But we do clean up a lot of that creep. Oh, can we get the Overlord? We cannot! Creep is being respread. The Overlord does survive. For a little bit longer. Before eventually going down. And interesting, so Spirit, he, instead of focusing on a main push, he is reinforcing, that is true. Ducklings, they do threaten those reinforcements, but he's going for a double drop towards the south. Splitting up his army. Lambo, he's getting ready to collapse in this position. He has 2 big forces of Lingbane, ready to sandwich the army. But the double drop is going to complicate things. Spirit does scan, doesn't spot the Lingbane towards the north. He doesn't know. And with less Marines, with that double drop across the map, that means that he has less to defend those tanks. Lambo going for a counterattack instead, or setting up for the surround. He has options. Here comes that double drop. Lambo out of position. Big reaction. He does rotate back over. Racing down towards the south. Again, this doesn't kill a lot of drones, but it does deny mining time, and it does buy Spirit time to reinforce. And here it is. Another army has arrived. This position suddenly stronger. This position is getting fortified. Lambo coming in from behind, going for the surround. He does collapse on the army. Bailings are going to be crashing into the Marines. Big connections, and we clean up every single tank. Again, a beautiful surround was set up. Lambo, he was not spotted. Spirit was unaware. And just like that, Spirit loses so much momentum. He still has drop play. He still has Marines out on the map. But how does he defend his third? He doesn't. Tank goes down. SCVs as well. They're being pulled. But the Banelings! Oh, they barely don't crash in, but we still get 15 SCV kills. Good target firing out of Spirit. But Lambo, he's got a good economy. And he has dealt with the army. He reset the 10 count. Only Marines remain, and that is not going to be enough to end the game. Lambo, he's in control. Spirit going for a fourth, going for a planetary. He's trying to saturate it, trying to get it up and running. But this third, there's no saving it. No! There's no saving the third base. We take down every single worker this time. There are no survivors. And Spirit is all in. He's supply blocked. Ay, ay, ay. Is going to be stuck supply blocked here. Spirit sending everything he can across the map. Again, the fight here was brutal. It was a brutal fight for Spirit. And there's just no recovering from it. And honestly, from here, Lambo can chill. He can take a Hive. I mean, he's already got a Hive. He can work on 3-3, work on Adrenal. There it is. Adrenal does start up 3-3 soon thereafter. Lambo just maxing out on Ling Bane. Gets eyes on the would-be third. Gets eyes on the planetary. Tanks are sieging up, but we collapse on the tanks. They were late to siege. They were caught out. Tanks are to be going down. Banelings, they crash into the mineral line. They crash into the planetary. This fourth base is going to fall. GG gets called. Spirit has nothing left, and Lambo will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. A solid game there out of Lambo. Again, he had a rough start, is what I will say, against the Hellions, against the harassment of Spirit. Spirit did beautifully in the early game, killing those workers and setting himself up for the push. But we saw that he was not aware of the location of the army. He was surrounded. He was caught completely off guard. If he was aware, he would have had a much more, a different approach. He would have sieged up differently or backed off and rotated instead. Would have maintained his tank count. But basically, when he got his army swallowed up, when his tank count was reset, that was game. That was game from that moment. Lambo had so much momentum in his favor. He snowballed out of control. GG. GG, well played. Lambo does take game number 1. Meanwhile, we have some updates. We have some updates in the chat. Oh my god, as is being mentioned, going through, he won against Max Pax. Yes, Max Pax has been brought low. We were wondering, we were curious, could anyone stop Max Pax from making it to the semifinals, from facing off against Raynor? The answer is yes. Max Pax, he was denied Gung Fu Banda. He pops off in the PvP. He 2-0'd Skillus. He 2-1's Max Pax. Max Pax is out of the tournament. And Gung Fu Banda is up against Raynor. Do love to see it again. Gung Fu Banda recently joining a new team. He recently joined Berserker Esports. And he does flex his PvP. So already a big upset. Will the upsets continue? We'll find out. Can Clem be stopped? Can Raynor be stopped? We've already stopped one of our Protoss players in the PvP. Will we lose our Zerg and Terran as well? We'll find out. Time will tell. As we're getting into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Alkione, we have our Polish Terran player, the Red Terran representing Na'Vi. Down in this series, looking to fight back. It is Spirit. And spawning in the top right-hand corner. In the top right-hand corner of Alkione, we have our blue Zerg player representing Shopify Rebellion. Leading the series 1-0. Uno mas. One more is all he needs. It is Lambo. Going for a gas first? Oh my god. Lambo going for a gas first opener. Very aggressive here from our Zerg player. With a gas first, we can rush into fast-lane speed. We can go for a roach rush as well. And specifically, Spirit has a reputation on this map. If you remember, I mentioned it at the start of Game 1. I spoke about how if we ever spawn into Alcyone, Spirit is known for going CC first. That is a CC first from Spirit on this map. He does it every single TvZ on Alcyone. CC first into a delayed Rax, into sometimes he goes third CC before factory. He can be very greedy on this map. And Lambo looks like he wants to punish it. Looks like he does want to punish it here. Does get into only 100 gas, so he's only getting into Ling speed. Only Ling speed here from Lambo. We're not getting into roaches. We're not going for a Bane bust. Lings are moving out. Now the problem here for Lambo, these Lings will not delay the natural. Because this is CC first, the CC finishes before the Lings arrive. Fun fact. So these Lings are moving out, but they will not delay this base. They can maybe focus down some SCVs, but not much more than that. The fasting speed is curious to me. This should most likely lead into a Ling flood. And there it is. 4 more Lings on the way. Now, because of the opener, Hellions are going to be later than usual. The Reaper is later than usual. Units are delayed. Lambo can break in, but it's going to be risky here because he doesn't have a Baneling Nest, and we will have a full wall. Overlord does confirm that the CC is already in orbital. Lambo takes a third. He's droning! Ooh, it looks like maybe Lambo was hoping for a different opener. But he is going to be droning these Lings. They're being active, that is true. We'll see if they can get any damage, though. As they're chilling at the third base location. They are going to be lying in wait. Here we go. Ling speed has kicked in. We're going for the SCVs. There it is. We do collapse here on the workers. We spoke about it, but again, Hellion production is very late because of the build. We do collapse on the SCVs. We do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SCVs go down. This is what Lambo was looking for. He punishes the opener of Spirit. He doesn't delay the natural base, but he does. Well, he doesn't delay the base, but he does delay mining. Does get 5 worker kills. And he will contain Spirit to 1 base for as long as he can. Back at home, Lambo just droning. Droning on up, working on his queens. And Spirit is stuck on 1 base for the foreseeable future. Until he can make more Hellions. We have 1. Do you have that 1 Hellion? Forcing back those Lings. Spirit, back to muling. Lambo, do we dive back in? The answer is no, we're racing back home. Lambo, he's content with the damage he's done, and he's happy to just drone up and take an economic lead. He's up over 10 workers. So a very good start for Lambo. Again, we saw the purpose of his opener. It was to punish this build from Spirit. And that's, yeah, did punish it quite hard. Did punish it quite hard here. As we do see Spirit behind this, going for a third CC into a Starport into Cloak Banshee play. So pretty standard follow-up here, 3CC Banshee from Spirit, just like the previous game, or very, I say just like the previous game. Previous game was different because he went for a mine drop. I thought that it was going to be 3CC Banshee. It wasn't. But this is a much more standard follow-up here from Spirit. We have Hellions, we have Banshees hitting the field. Banshee is spotted by Lambo, is confirmed. Lambo responding with spores. He has a spore at the natural, spore in the main, spore at the third. Baneling Nest on the way after the lair. Was a lair first here from Lambo. So far, really good reactions. So far, really good setup here from the Zerg player. And Spirit is still trying to recover. We'll see if he can. Oh, Lambo. Okay. So I assumed it was just going to be Ling Bane maybe into Hive Tech. But no, it's going to be Ling Bane into Muta. I do like this just because Lambo has a lead. Just because of the early game damage, this is a really good way to keep the pressure on the Terran. It's a way to shut down drop play, get across the map, and be in the face of Spirit. We'll see if Lambo can pull it off. for the time being, he's got his third, getting his fourth base up and running. He's up to 72 workers already. Banshees, they get into the main base. Looking at his vision, he did not scout the Spire. Spirit is in the dark. Oh, getting surrounded. The Queen's going ham. But the Banshees will get out. They will evacuate. No Spore at the fourth. The Banshees will survive, getting 2 drone kills, but that is not worth 2 Banshees. So far, they have not paid for themselves. Hellions threading a dive. Lambo in position. Banshees, they try to go back in, unable to. And the Spire is now done. And Lambo, he has enough resources here for a solid amount of mutas. Oh, he's supply blocked! Now is not the time. Brutal supply block here for Lambo does stop his muta production. 2 Overlords on the 4 Overlords on the way. Ay, ay, ay. Not like this. Again, now is not the time. 5 Overlords in production. Muta's now being researched. Lambo, he's still supply blocked, by the way. Especially after losing one of those Overlords. That is 9 mutas in production here for Lambo. Still amassing more Lings. Now, thankfully, despite the delay on the mutas, we still haven't seen them. We still haven't scouted. We still haven't confirmed. So back at home, Spirit is still vulnerable. Another Overlord does fall. Lambo supply blocked again! Oh, this time Overlord's finishing up just in time to break him free. There we go, Lambo getting up to almost 200 supply worth of Overlords. 7 more Overlords in production. Never again will we be supply blocked. Ay, ay, ay. But the mutas have been revealed. That was a bit premature. And now Spirit, he's massing up turrets. So these mutas, they don't have the surprise factor that Lambo was hoping for. Because of the supply block, they were delayed. And now they've been seen. Spirit pushing right through the center. With Hellbats, Marines, and tanks. 1-1 finishing up. Goal base is denied. Mutas, they're doing what they can. They get a depot. A couple of SCVs. Not bad. But he is forced to cancel that 4th. Sorry, the 5th. The gold. Because they are going to be threatening a flank, a backstab. They barely do escape. Spirit going to be reinforcing. Massing more Marines. Knocking down those rocks. And Lambo, he does find some damage here. Lings, they bust into the natural base. The turret is going to go down. Ooh, and despite being aware of the mutas, Spirit unprepared. 1 turret was not enough. Contamination on the racks. And we get 11 SCV kills. At the same time, ooh, Lambo tries to engage off of creep. Not ideal. Does escape with those mutas. Does back off. Thors are on the way to reinforce. Here comes the ground army of Spirits. Pushing on forward. Has to be very careful with where he does place those tanks. So it's got plenty of reinforcements on the way. So many Marines rallying across the map here. Does Lambo have enough? And he's just amassing more Ling Bane, and Muta's trying to come in for a backstab once again. But Spirit, I don't think he's turning around this time. Oh, actually, Lambo getting ready for a surround. But again, do we have enough Ling Bane? Beans are trying to buy some time. And here we go. We collapse on this position. We take down some of the tanks. Ooh, Muta's do overextend. But Lambo, he does collapse on top of half of the army. Not the surround that I was expecting, but a surround nonetheless. Yeah, as the drop is going to be shut down at the same time, Spirit pushing in. But without his tanks to support, yeah, he has to back off. Spirit, he has to pull back. Lambo now working on the Spire. Sorry, now working on the Hive. The Hive is late, is what I will say, but it's still on the way. And Lambo is maxed. He has gained map control. Mutas, they go for the 5th. They go for the 4th. Turret is going to be able to hold on. A lot of Mutas bleed out. But he's refocusing on this 4th base. That planetary is going to be next here. As Lambo, he rotates his entire army over. And he wants this base. Can he get it? There's one tank behind this. Lingbane rolls in. Yeah, one tank. I don't think it's going to be enough. Lingbane crashes on forward. We collapse on the Marines. We collapse on the tanks. We get into the middle line. SCVs are going down. And nothing shoots up. The Mutas, they reign supreme. They take down every single worker here. The SCVs, the Metamax, the Planetary. And Lambo, he's in the driver's seat here. Spirit, he just cannot hold into his bases, cannot hold into the 4th. Lambo, he's remaxing behind this. Oh, the Metamax! No! Metavac goes down. Has this Thor been stuck in the main the entire time? The Thor was made a while ago. Are we stuck? I remember this Thor being built. There we go. We're lifting up some buildings. We're okay. We're okay. There we go. Mutas. They hit the 3rd. They delay the 4th. Morling Bane is amassing. Ultra Cavern on the way with 3-3 and Adrenal. Let's go. Lamboy's working on it. Has to respect the Thor. Has to be careful to clump up. Spirit, he is slowly establishing that 4th. He's surviving, is what I will say. He's surviving, Papi. He's trying to hold on. Mutas, they go for a backstab. They catch reinforcements. They get a ghost. A ghost, a tank, a good chunk of Marines. The tower and turret go down. Spirit a little bit late to respond there. A little bit late to react to save that turret. Lambo still not pulling the trigger. I mean, there is a line of tanks. We do have to respect it. He doesn't need to pull the trigger. He goes in once again, gets another tank. We'll take a couple of Thor shots to the face. And gets into the main base. Takes down some of those add-ons. Thor has arrived. Lingbane now collapses on this 4th. And we're going for the Planetary. And we will get it. Once again, containing Spirit to 3 bases. He cannot expand. Yeah, we're lifting up the main. The main base is being lifted as the new 4th. Lambo in the driver's seat. As he's been bleeding out Mutas, he's replacing them with Ultras. Ultras on the way. 3-3. Adrenal, I believe, is done. No, just now starting. Oh, a little bit of a late Adrenal there from Lambo, but it does now start up. So he does a break in. The Mutas, they take down the depot. The Lings, they flood into the main base, and we are camping the production. Taking down whatever comes out. And again, just keeping Spirit busy while we mass up Ultras. Can we get a tank? Up! No, not quite. A brutal trade for Lambo. Does bleed out a lot of Mutas. But again, we're done with the Mutas. The era of Muta has come and gone. Now it's about the Ultra, Papi. Ultras have hit the field. 3-3 is done, and plus kindness plating. Yeah, there's no stopping the Ultras. GG gets called once they get revealed. And Lambo will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to Lambo as he takes the series 2-0 as he advances on to the semi-finals to face off against his next opponents. But who will it be? That is the question. Who is waiting for Lambo in those semifinals? Exclamation mark B in the chat. We have an answer. It is going to be another ZVT. It's going to be Lambo versus Clem. Oh boy. All the quarterfinals matches have wrapped up. They have all wrapped up. We have 4 players left. Let's check it out.